The next rule I want to talk about is the one about not attacking, injuring, or killing civilians or anyone for that matter who is not taking part in active combat. So that includes all of the animals, even though they may be used as mounts. So Dronacharya is the only one who is really giving the strongest resistance now in the Kaurava army after Bhishma has been overcome. So Krishna comes up with a plan. He says, as long as Dronacharya is holding a weapon, it is impossible to stop him. So I have a plan that will make him drop the weapons and we can then kill him. Arjuna doesn't want to have anything to do with that. He says, that's breaking all the rules. I will not do it. Krishna tries to convince him. It's dharma and all that kind of thing. Yudhishthira is listening to it. He says, okay, I'll take the burden. The sin may be on me. I will do it. But I will only speak the truth. So they decide to do this in a devious manner. So Krishna points at Ashwatthama the elephant and asks Bhima to kill Ashwatthama. So Bhima goes and kills that unarmed, poor elephant. It's all in the war. Bhima doesn't even think about it, just finishes the elephant. Now Dronacharya has been told that Ashwatthama has died. He doesn't believe that. So he comes straight to Yudhishthira. He wants Yudhishthira to confirm it because Yudhishthira only speaks the truth. So he comes to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira says, Ashwatthama hatha iti narava kunjarova. Meaning, Ashwatthama is dead. And then he adds, murmuringly, maybe the human or animal. Around the same time, when he is saying the last part of it, Krishna blows a horn. So Dronacharya doesn't hear the whole thing. He's also emotional. He just hears the first part. If Yudhishthira says that it must be true, and so he's devastated. He just sits down and starts meditating, drops the weapon. Nobody wants to attack him. Arjuna is refusing to do it. But the commander-in-chief of the Pandava army, Drishtadyumna, he just gets off from his horse and takes the sword, beheads him. That's poorly the end of Dronacharya, who then goes to heaven. The folk tale is that he's still looking for Ashwatthama, who will never go there because Ashwatthama is immortal. He's Chiranjeevi. Ashwatthama, of course, is very furious, and he then sends the Narayanastra, which basically destroys anybody who holds a weapon. Krishna knows that. He says to the army, says to Drishtadyumna, go command your army. Tell everybody to drop their weapons. And the whole Pandava army drops their weapons, except Bhima. Bhima is still furious. He wants to attack the weapon with his gada. So it surrounds him. Before it can attack him, Krishna runs to him and he begs him to drop the weapon, drop the mace, and he does. And the weapon becomes useless. It's like the modern heat-seeking missile. So in that sense, this don't attack an animal rule is broken. of course broken by the Pandavas in this case. So the next rule, all weapons should be matched. So if somebody uses a mace, you must use a mace, and so on and so forth. If it's a bow and arrow, the other person uses bow and arrow. And for each one of the weapons, there are rules. For instance, if you're using mace, you must not hit anybody below the belt, below the waist. This in the duel between Duryodhana and Bhima, which is sort of in a stalemate. The two are really equally matched. They are very strong fighters, Gata fighters. We know what Krishna does. Krishna taps on his thigh, indicating to Bhima that that's his weak point, but that's below the belt. But Bhima uses that and hits him on the thigh, and that's how he wins that duel. It's very similar to another Roman mythology where, in the Iliad, where the Achilles story is told. Achilles, when he is born, he's cursed that he will die young. His mother is distraught by it. She seeks a remedy for it. And they say if you take him to the river Styx, and that will clear him of all the curses. So she takes him to river Styx and dips him, holding him by the ankles. And she's happy he's going to be saved. But then because the ankles were not submerged in the water, that's his weak point. It's called, we use the term Achilles heel because of that. Paris in the war kills Achilles by hitting his ankle with the bow and arrow. There are a couple of other rules that I'm not speaking about here. I hope some of you would include that as a comment.